Hey friends, it's Tracy. Welcome to my 2021 Christmas in July crafting series. I wanted to inspire you a bit, do the Christmas in July again. It was a hit last year. So this year is no different. It's complete with the cheesy twinkling lights and my flip-flop Santa. So grab a cold drink and let's get started. These little paintbrushes from the Dollar Tree and some caulk, I use those to create some Santa ornaments. Now, these are something that I did for years that I sold at craft shows, and I wanted to share them here with my community just to show how you can take ordinary tools and create cute little Christmas ornaments out of them.
The handles have a shine on them, and I want to take that off because I'm going to paint the handles. So I'm going to use my little hand sandpaper, and I'm just going to sand that gloss off of these handles. Here's a craft tip for you. I use a cheesecloth or a tack cloth. It is a little tacky, and I run that over my wood pieces to get all of those little sanding particles, dust, those type of things off of my project before I paint it. Working on Santa's beard, I use the all-purpose caulk, and I got that in like the mechanic section of the Dollar Tree, but you can get it at Walmart and other places. Caulk does dry out, so work quickly. So I just do little dabs and work quickly with my little thing. I'm showing you here because I just grabbed some ribbon rolls and I cut it. I'm going to use that for a holder to so that I can paint my Santa's beard all the way around so that it can dry, because it takes all day, or like if I do it at night, it takes overnight for it to completely dry. The caulk will dry out, so make sure you keep your cap on your caulking, and also don't put a whole lot if you're going to do it like I did on a little plate. Put little dabs as you need it, because you'll kind of see, I'm just using a stick here, and you will see once you're kind of spreading it on. I just kind of dab it on and spread it almost kind of like you're frosting a cake kind of thing, and you will kind of tell when it's like, okay, I need to hurry up. So just a little crafting tip for you. Okay, my beards are completely dry, and I'm going to make him a rustic or country Santa, and I do that by just taking some brown paint, putting a little dab of that on my plate, and then I water the paint down so it's really, really thin. And then I'm just going to take my paintbrush and just dab it and just kind of go all the way around the beard, just kind of hitting the spots and taking a paper towel, wiping off a lot of it, because I don't want the beard to be brown, but I want it to be distressed or get the, hints of the brown, so it makes him more of a rustic Santa. I will go over the entire face with the brown paint as well, just doing some shading and highlighting Santa's features. For the eyes, I will most always use a black Sharpie marker, and I just draw two little ovals just right under the little eyebrows. So that's why it's good to put the eyebrows on first, so then I kind of know where I want to put my eyes for the little character faces that I like to do. Like to give all of my little faces just two little eyelashes on the very bottom of their eyes. I just love, that's just kind of my way to do faces, and so I'm just using a thin paintbrush to do that. Santa's nose, I use the little knobs or the little plugs that they're little wood turnings. You can buy them unfinished at the craft store, and I just paint the little nose a coral color or a rose color, and depending on the size of my face will depend on the size of nose that I'm going to give my little Santa. The large Santa is using a 3/8 inch little knob, and the small Santa is using a 1/4 inch knob. I also like to give all of my little faces some rosy red cheeks, and I use a flat paintbrush and some coral paint by doing that. I like to do that before I put the wood nose on, but for some reason I got ahead of myself and glued those noses on there. But it was not a big deal. I just took my flat paintbrush and just made some cheeks for the little Santas. Now, to enhance the eyes a little bit more, I am just going to use a very, very thin paintbrush that I have, and I'm just going to take my paintbrush with some white paint and just kind of enhance those eyes just a little bit, so it just gives Santa just a little bit more character. To give my Santas a cute fluffy little beard, and I use this yarn to do that. To create his beard, I just make some loops with the yarn, just wrapping it around my fingers. I usually use 2 fingers and wrap it around 3 to 4 times for the small paintbrush, 4 or 5 for the large paintbrush. I will wrap it around, and then I will cut a piece of the yarn and I will tie it in the center. And then once I have it tied in the center, I will use my scissors and then I will cut those loops, and then that is what gives it the fluffiness. I'm using my Tim Holtz scissors, but I'm like, what is wrong with you? You need to use your cutter bees. And so on the second one, I am, I've come to my senses, and I'm using my cutter bees, because you want a short little sharp scissor so you can get in between those loops and you can make those little fluffs and puffs. Now for the fun part, we're going to just embellish our Santa, and I'm just using some little miniature candy canes, some greenery, some berries, and some cute little jingle bells. Now I'm going to make the ornament hanger. I'm using some jute that I did pick up from the Dollar Tree as well. And this homespun fabric. Homespun is fabric that you can see on both sides, and it's perfect for country decorating, such as these adorable little Santas. So I just have a little strip of homespun. I tear it because it gives a ragged edge, and love that in my decorating. So I'm just cutting a piece of the homespun, and I'm just gonna I put it through the little hole and just tied it one time, and then I'm going to get my jute and I'm going to kind of tie it on top of that homespun so that it all kind of ties in together. So just slipping that jute through that hole, I'm going to thread my jingle bell on there. My intention was to put 2 jingle bells on the large one and 1 on the small one, but I had already had it tied, and before I realized that I was gonna put 2 jingle bells on the big one and 1 on the small one, but it is what it is, so I didn't want to have to undo it. So you know, it's your choice if you want to just do 1 jingle bell or 2 jingle bells, whatever you like.